Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with Kerbal Space Program, continuing the career. Now, if you watched the last video, you'll note that I kind of blew that mission a little bit for a couple different reasons. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to essentially run the same mission. But this time, I've focused a little bit more on the points that I need to be at for the different, essentially, missions. And that is, I need to be at 12,000 meters, 17,000 meters for this one. And this one needs to be within 12 and 14. Okay? Now this one I need to be going at least 300 meters a second. This one I need to be going at least 200 meters a second. That matters. And then finally we have the parachutes, which I just have to remember to use. Okay, so honestly, the reason I forgot was because I was watching the speed, not my altitude, which is the reason why the mission failed, because I was trying to make sure that the speed was a little bit lower before I used them, but when I looked at the altitude, when I eyed back up the altitude I needed to launch it at had already blown by, so that's why we failed that mission. In any case, what I'm thinking here is the radial decouplers, that mission didn't fire, even though we left the atmosphere. So that lets me know that escape velocity is probably a little bit more involved than I initially thought. That might be a very difficult mission to achieve at the moment. So what I'm thinking here is I'm going to want to change some of the order that things happen in. And what I want to do is I think I want to fire these. Not these. Where is these here? I want to fire these at the same time as I fire these, and I want these decouplers to probably fire at the same time. Reason being is I want to get that acceleration going early so that I have the speed when I want to do this. I got the height to do it, but not the speed, because I started slowing down because these essentially burn out. I still might not be able to do the thumper, and that just might be the way things happen. So if that happens, that happens. We'll focus on doing the thumper in another mission. But in any case, we need this mission to at least get us 2 missions unlocked. Otherwise, I think we're just going to start losing money. So I'm going to save the kind of changes I made, and we're going to go ahead and launch it. Now you'll note that I kept the Science Junior. The reason being is I wanted to do the science mission in the atmosphere, because that might get us some science. It looks like it's going to give us a little bit, not a lot, but we get another message here because it's we're in the atmosphere now, so we're going to go ahead and keep that data. So it's some science, whereas if we'd done that up in space, it's possible we would have gotten no science because we've already done that mission. So we're going to thrust up here, hit our SAS, we're going to fire. It's going to fire all of our solid fuel boosters, at least in theory it will. And let's go ahead and grab our fuel, little drop down list, and let's go. Alright, now I'm hoping this will get us, okay, I guess that will happen. Alright, we may have to abort this mission and lose a little bit of money on it. Alright, now we need to pay attention. 17,000. What we need, oh no. Okay, we have a little bit of wobble going on. We're watching that solid fuel booster. We have plenty of speed. I'm going to wait to hit the... Oh, I don't know if we're going to make it. Okay, we'll keep going, keep going, keep going. We need 17,000. We're not going to hit it. I think that explosion kind of cost us. Because now we're just dropping. Well, this is just going to have to be a failed mission. Because I don't want to... you know what? We could have tried to go for the one... I just blew that completely, didn't I? I might have been able to do the other thruster. Alright. Well, we got some science out of this failed mission. So those changes I made were just a catastrophe. Let's go ahead and blow that. Alright, this time we need to focus on our altitude. Speed doesn't matter, altitude matters. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter as much as altitude. Alright, we're still going up, still going up, still going up. Got it going as fast as I can get it to go, so you're just going to have to bear with me on this. Still going up. I probably could have done the one liquid fuel engine if I had just staged quicker. I could have done it. Okay, we're starting to drop, so I'm going to start slowing her down. Okay, so 18,000 to 10,000. This mission needs to happen. Get a little bit of science out of this, but we're not going to get enough, in my opinion. Yeah, that's not enough of a justification. Okay, we're going. It gets down to roughly maybe 30-ish. I'll slow it down to real time. That's good enough. Problem is we're going really fast, and that was the thing that I was really concerned about, and that's why I wasn't eyeing the altitude, is because that speed is approaching higher than the limit that we're supposed to, but it's starting to slow down, so we should be alright. So I'm going to fire it now. Alright, now this is a completely and totally failed mission. We're going to die. Sorry, Jebediah, you're dead. Oh boy. Okay, so it's not a good idea to fire parachutes when you're on fire. We're not going to get the science either. So we're going to have a dead Kerbal. Oh boy. Well, it's been nice, Jebediah, but I am afraid you are about to meet your fate. Going nose first into the ground. Bye-bye. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. We have our first dead... first dead Kerbin. Alright, Space Center. Yes, I know I can revert my launches and not lose money and lost life. How am I gaining money? How do I gain money? That should have cost me money. I got the science too. I don't understand that. I just have a dead Kerbin. Alright. Let's look at our... So we completed a mission somehow. I'm not sure which one we completed. I guess we can find out here. So we probably completed the parachute. Yeah, the parachute was completed. It just killed us. So, yeah, it was an experimental parachute. That was the reason we died. Not because I fired it when I probably shouldn't have. It's because it was experimental, that's it. Not my fault, ladies and gentlemen. Not my fault. It's experimental technologies that to blame. Okay, so, dead Kerbal. Sorry about that, Jebediah. We need to go to our, not administration building. We need to go to our astronaut complex. So our Kerbin's dead, and we can't hire a new Kerbin because it costs too much money. Boss missing. Dead. Missing in action. He's dead. I guess there's no dead. They're trying to keep this PG. I mean, is there a way to cover the mission? Nope. It's just gone. Okay. So let's get rid of the parachutes. I wonder if we get to keep the parachutes now that that mission's over. Let's see. No, they're gone. Okay. So once you do the mission, it's over. You don't get to keep it. That's fine. Let's do that. Alright, so some of the things that were just catastrophes is this. This needs to fire differently. This needs to fire the way it was. So let's do this. Bring this up into the stage 5. And then let's bring this up here. Now we don't need any more Kerbals dying on us. I don't think we need the Science Junior anymore. So I think we can get rid of that. So let's see, we should do this. Get rid of that. Less weight equals, you know, probably more acceleration. So that's good. Okay, so this should go correctly. I don't think we're going to get this experiment done. But what we need to have happen is either these thrusters to go or this thruster to go for our mission to be successful. And we also lowered our cost overall, so that's good as well. Poor Jebediah. I mean, he got us some money, he got us some science, but he also got himself nice and dead. So, the only thing is, though, did we get science because we completed that experimental mission? Or did we get science because of the Science Junior? We might still need a Science Junior, actually. So let's go ahead and slap that sucker back in there. If we didn't need it, I apologize, but there we go. Alright, so everything should be in order. We just have to change the parachute and when that fires. So, okay, and we have this go, then we have that go. Okay. So, this needs to happen at 12,000. I doubt it will. This needs to happen at 17,000. This needs to happen in between 12 and 14. So what we could do, although this is incredibly risky, is we could stage it. So even if this is burning, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, because that's just going to probably kill another Kerbal. Alright, crew-wise, it's time for Valentina to step in here. She's our other pilot. Hopefully she lives. Okay, now it's time to launch our mission. I'm pretty sure I have everything going. Oof. Fingers crossed on this one. That it doesn't end in a catastrophe like last mission. That mission ended in a lot of bad things. Okay, first things first, Science Junior. Do we get any science out of you? Yes, we do. So we'll keep that data. So at the very least, we'll get 7.5. Let's go ahead and do SAS. Throttle up and hit our first stage. Okay. Sometimes experiments gets you killed. And he was an experimental pilot in this experimental stage, and I feel really bad that he died, but you know, it happens. Now, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to happen, so... Oh, that was dumb. Okay, that was me being dumb. I'm going to revert that. I apologize for that. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Let's try not to get ourselves killed this time. I accidentally staged when I wasn't supposed to. That's why we did it. Okay. And that was just me accidentally pressing a button I shouldn't have, so... I feel no problem reverting that one. Okay, fire. You know what we can do? We can stage this differently on the fly. And do that, and do this. And put that up there, and then fire. Hello, fire. Yeah. Okay. The reason I did that is because I want to maximize the chance that we'll get this to fire at the right time, although I doubt we will. Looking at this, because we just passed our point. Alright, so 17,000, 17,000, 17, go. go. I might even just start turning her over. At least attempt an orbit, although I don't think we'll have enough fuel for it. I'm going to attempt it nonetheless, because getting into space doesn't matter anything to me now. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was accidental. Yeah. Okay, that didn't really matter. It's possible I could have attempted an orbit here. I just don't think this has enough legs to do that. Usually you're going to have a lot more fuel available to do a mission like that. Okay, this time we don't have any constraints on when we're going to hit a parachute, so we won't die, hopefully. Okay. So let's go ahead and speed her up. Let's go ahead and see how that little bit of thrust to the side affected us. Not too much. See, a lot of this height is wasted. We could use some of that fuel to actually go out that way. Whether we're at enough, we'd have enough to wrap around Kerbal, I very highly doubt, but we could have at least attempted it. Alright. But that wasn't really my concern. So I at least hit one of those missions. And I think we're pretty much done with this craft, so I don't feel bad at all at abandoning it at this point. This is kind of how I had hoped that Jebediah's mission would have gone. So we're going to get above 200,000 meters, which is a very nice height. Now we're going to start plummeting back to the Earth. And as long as I just pay attention here and make sure to hit our parachute at the right time, usually when the fire stops is a good point to do that. Alright. Burning. See, that mission is impossible because the moment you stop burning, it's too late to hit a parachute. So that would have never worked. And you can see here the Science Junior actually heated up quite a bit. It's actually glowing with the heat. It didn't burn up, but definitely hot. Let's get our thing flipped around so when our parachute fires, ready for that. Looks like we're going to end up in the water. Curious to see if the water has any effect on the heat, like if that will cool it down. I doubt it, but no, it's worth seeing. Let's go ahead and slowly go down. Now, I'm actually concerned here with the water. Sometimes when you hit the water, it actually separates your craft out, and if the Science Junior gets separated, we might not actually get the science from it. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Well, it's not hot anymore. Doesn't look like it's separated either. Okay, it looks like we got ourselves a done mission, so we can go ahead and go back to our Space Center. And Valentina seems to be a little bit luckier than Jebediah. Well, we did try and mess things up and get her killed. And we've got 88,000, so we can hire another Kerbal if we so choose, although I don't really feel like necessarily have to. And it looks like the mission success fires before you recover the craft, so that happens. We'll go our recovery. Got 0.2 science. Why didn't we get our science from the Science Junior? It probably did separate. Because let's see, parts. No, we should have gotten science, shouldn't we have? Pretty certain I fired that. No, I didn't fire it because the first mission I fired it and then we blew up and then I didn't fire it the second. I'm an idiot. Alright, well that's alright. We can use the Science Junior in the future. If you guys were yelling at me that I forgot, I apologize for that. Whoops. Alright, well, that's alright. We'll just have to remember to use the Science Junior next time. That's kind of disappointing. because we would have been able to research something with that, but now we don't have quite enough research points, if I am correct. Well, we have enough, 45. I'm actually curious, what happens if you upgrade? Oh, we have a research point limit, and we get, we need that for a surface sample, and alright, well, that's all stuff that doesn't really matter at the moment. Okay, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. More than likely, we'll save the research for a future video. Things didn't go to plan. We had a Kerbal die, unfortunately. But this is going to be Mouse Gunner signing out.